know this video is really long overdue because I wanted to record it for a long time, but for whatever reason, every time I start recording it and I press the button on the phone or the camera, my brain shuts off, and I had a lot of struggles, but I feel that today is finally the day. Today I'm going to record this video and I am going to tell you how to return back to your musical instrument, in my case it's violin, after a long break. So if this is something you would like to find out and hear the journey of your fellow musician, stay tuned. Hi sunshines, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to share my journey as a returner violinist, and I am just willing to let everybody know how I managed to stick to the habit of picking up violin every single day, plus minus pretty much, and how I managed to turn something that I haven't been doing for almost 20 years into, I call it serious hobby. I am a professional violinist, however, after the graduation I didn't pick up violin for, oh my goodness, 20 years. And back in 2019 I bought myself a very nice violin, and I thought it's gonna prompt me into doing violin a little bit more, just picking it up every single day, just enjoying that I finally have the instrument that I dreamt of. I didn't have the habit of picking it up. I downloaded a lot of different scales, etudes, small pieces, things that I used to play at the music school, but I really didn't have the habit or the reason to pick up my instrument. And later that year, I came across 100 Days of Practice marathon on Instagram that Hilary Hahn ran, and you know what? That was a really great starting point for me personally, because that prompted me into picking up violin no matter what, into making time and space available for me for actually practicing the violin. And at times, even if I didn't have whole hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, doesn't matter, I just had to find 5 minutes of my time in my schedule to pick up violin and play something. That could be scales, that could be etudes, that could be small or big pieces, that could be excerpts from some concertos, that could be literally anything. The deal was that for the duration of the 100 days, I had to open the case, pick up the violin, and do something. Some days I gave myself a slack that I didn't have to even play. I just had to pick up violin and maybe without the bow just do something. Just train my fingers, just pretend that I'm doing scales, just pretend that I'm doing etude. Just pretend. But I had to do the action for 100 days. I did miss some days. I have to confess that some days I was super busy with my job that I just didn't have the time to pick it up. But the rule was that the gap should have been no more than 2-3 days. And I did finish 100 days of practice, and what I had is the habit that I formed. So here I was, end of 2019, picking up violin every single day, doing something, doing some exercises or playing something. I started remembering my repertoire from the music school that I did. The most surprising to me personally was that I actually remembered pieces that I played on my exams. I didn't play them very well, we have to be honest here, because it's been like how many years, like 2 decades. However, I did remember some. My fingers remembered something, my brain remembered something, my body remembered a lot. That gave me the motivation to continue doing that, because I realized, oh my God, I remember that. I wanted to be my perfect self that I used to be at the music school. But here I started thinking, okay, I remember something and I can start building on it. So I don't have to be perfect right away, and I'm not going to be perfect right away. Perfection takes consistency. It requires consistency. You have to come back and revisit and do it again and again. But you have to start from somewhere. So give yourself a slack that you gotta start from somewhere. You're not gonna be perfect. You're gonna be perfect at some point. You just have to keep on moving to that perfect point. The first step that I took was, this marathon of building a habit, and I highly recommend, if you are a musician, if you're following Hilary Hahn, she runs the marathon. I think she starts every January. Right now it's November. This video is going to be out like within the next few days. So you have an opportunity to prepare for that. But even if you don't want to follow the marathon that somebody else runs, you can run your own thing. You can set up your calendar, you can set up reminders on your phone, you can help yourself out. There are plenty of tools that you can use. 5 minutes a day, at least. Make it a rule to find at least 5 minutes of your time in a day to pick up your instrument, or in my personal case, pick up the violin and do something with it. Train a little bit. Just pick up the sheet music and look at the piece that you wanted to play. Just get familiarized with that. Play it on YouTube. Just listen to the melody, understand the melody. That already counts as practice. You don't have to spend the entire 30-45 minutes practicing hard and pretending that you're doing a hard job. You don't have to do that. Even just sitting in silence, thinking about a certain piece counts as practice. So I urge you to develop the habit by, first of all, being kind to yourself, and second of all, developing self-discipline. It's going to help you tremendously. The second rule, or it's not the rule, the second thing that I have done was that I found a local orchestra. I found the orchestra that didn't really require me to go through audition, because at the time I wasn't really confident in myself that I can go through some advanced audition or just show off my skills or anything. I just wanted a mellow, relaxed, chill kind of environment where I could surround myself with fellow musicians and potentially of the same level. If the orchestra doesn't require audition, most likely you are going to see people who are really passionate about music, but potentially, I don't want to say lacking skills, but potentially they are not professional musicians. They can read music, they probably have some prior music education, but they are there to play in a relaxed environment. Why it's important to play in the orchestra? Let's start from that. Because you surround yourself with fellow musicians, with the same people who are passionate about music. You start learning new pieces, you start learning new skills of playing in the community. You start listening to others, you start listening to yourself, how you play, how you incorporate yourself in the orchestra, and how you sound all together. And if in the end you have some kind of performance or some stage performance, or you have people listening to you, it's kind of like a concert that you're actually running for people, that's even better, because you're placing yourself in the environment where you have to perform, you have to calm down your nerves, you have to coach and train yourself for the stage performance, and you're gaining skills. If you can find yourself some kind of orchestra or church community or local small orchestra, that's gonna teach you a lot of interesting skills, something about yourself and something about others. You would be able to build repertoire, you would be able to gain knowledge and new pieces that you might be able to perform somewhere else. Maybe not with this orchestra, maybe you'll decide to create some kind of group of your own and do some performances with a group. I think that's something that's worth exploring. and I highly recommend finding a local orchestra. Typically, these orchestras rehearse in the evenings because everybody is busy with their daily jobs. It's important to find a few hours for this kind of activities because it's gonna help you tremendously in the long run. So rule number 3, or the thing that I have done, number 3, musician community. I decided to create an Instagram because I am not a TikTok girl. I decided to create an Instagram and follow musicians of my interest. So people of lower level, people of higher level, people of my level, because I wanted to surround myself with the same community and see the struggles of other similar to me people. And I wanted to put myself out there. So I started recording videos. I started commenting and liking posts. I started following musicians that I see in the, let's say, Chicago Symphony Orchestra, or on YouTube, or elsewhere, just to surround myself with great music, great efforts that people put into their passion, and it helps tremendously. Again, this is all about building skills. This is all about surrounding yourself with the community of the interest. That's where you can ask people questions. That's where you can get some feedback from people who are at the same or higher level. That's where you can have energy exchange with people. That's extremely important. I can't emphasize it more. So if you're really thinking of returning back to your instrument professionally, semi-professionally, or hobby level kind of thing, it is important to see what other people do. And look at that not like, oh my goodness, I am so far away from this level. Look at that from from the kindness perspective. Be kind to yourself. Like, I want to be at this level, and one day I will be there. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in a year, but one day, because I want to put effort into that. Final advice that I'm going to give is find yourself a mentor. There are plenty of teachers, tutors, you name it, people who want to share their knowledge with the world out there. Some of them have free lessons, some of them have cheap lessons, some of them have expensive lessons. Just decide for yourself what's the most important. It is important to have a mentor because they see your mistakes from a side. They want to help you, they want to give you advice, they want to train you, they have your best interests in mind. I was lucky enough that the teacher from my music school, who taught me 30 years back, my goodness, yes, she agreed to mentor me. We meet every Saturday. She picks up the repertoire for me, she listens to me. We have done a lot of pieces, we have done a lot of concertos, we have done long form, short form, we have done scales and etudes, because she looks at me and she understands, okay, Natalia needs to work on this technique, Natalia needs to work on that technique. She helps me out a lot. She comes from the position that she doesn't need to criticize me, she doesn't need to teach me like she used to back at the music school, because we are not here to get graded. We are not here to do exams. We are not here to go through all of these shenanigans again. We are here to refine technique, restore the abilities slowly. We're not rushing anywhere. We do have some kind of timeline. Yes, we can't sit on the same concerto for like the entire year because we want to play other pieces as well. We are doing it gradually. We are taking our time, and she gives me feedback constantly. Every Saturday when we have a class, she praises me for something, she criticizes me for something else, but it helps me in the long run. So, in case you don't have a mentor, I have private classes. I understand the struggles of returning violinists and returning musicians in general. I can be your coach. I can help you in kind of generic way, just to like mentally prepare you for the journey. Or if you're a violinist, I am ready to grasp on your journey, help you out, help you refine the technique, help you work on the technique, help you work on scales, etudes, or pieces of your interest. And all the information about me and about the classes that I do are on my website, so you can go there and check it out. I am also planning to write materials and books that will be available for purchase very soon. This is everything that I wanted to share for today, and I hope that everything that I shared in this video is going to be useful for somebody who is struggling right now but really wants to make strides and get back to playing favorite instrument, get back to playing violin after a long break. If you find it useful, share it in the comments. Thumbs up if you like this video, thumbs down if you don't find it useful. I'm not gonna be offended. I'll see you in my next video, and take care of yourself and be kind. Bye!